And we continue, starting with the Scorpios and all the way up to the Pisces. We are going to check how July looks like for you guys. And before I go ahead and talk about Scorpios, I would like to urge you just once again to go back to the video part 1. This is Prognosis July 2023 part 1. There is a general part in the beginning of that video that concerns all that doesn't matter what sign you are, that concerns everyone. And if you listen to that part, it will allow you to understand better the things that I will talk about right now. Okay, all right, so let's go. Scorpios. Scorpios, this month, sorry, this month is going to be, anyways, Scorpios, I have to be honest with you. I can understand that most probably that the majority of you have been through a rough patch, because a lot of things are happening in Leo recently, and you guys in a position that everything that is in a Leo or in a Taurus or Aquarius for that matter is reflected on you too. So probably you have to deflect a lot of, balls here and there, attacks. Like you have to be on top of your game, trying to manage the situation at all times. And I'm happy to say that maybe July is not going to be the first month that you will feel the relief, but you're almost there. You will start feeling the relief. The first thing that is going to happen in July is going to be the full moon on the 3rd of July. It is a relatively soft, well, I wouldn't say soft, but okay, relatively rich in opportunities full moon. Full moon is always about reaping the results of your labors, the fruits of your labor, the results of your efforts. And in this case, this full moon is going to probably bring you some sort of not only the results of the effort that you have been put into your work in the form of a bonus, promotion, recognition of any sort, some kind of kiss from fortune, I don't know, from good fortune, but also it might bring you some successful resolution of one project and maybe prospects for the next one. So that's not too bad for you. And having said that, please keep in mind what I have said already in the general prognosis, that the first 2 weeks are going to be extremely productive in terms of work, career, self-development, self-promotion, bringing to realization, not to realization, bringing to I don't know, to realize, or what do you say, like to come through with a project, whatever projects that you have. You will not only have the opportunity to seize, you will also have a chance to get positive results and solidify these positive results. So this is absolutely great time especially if you are somewhat an entrepreneur or you're freelance or whatever, you're in charge of your own business, your self-promotion is going to be successful. Even if you are not a businessman and you just have a job, it is a good time to be recognized, let's say, to step up forward with your achievements. They are going to be appreciated and recognized. So don't waste your time in terms of social achievement of any sort. It is a chance to make a step forward. So first 2 weeks you are really great for that, and don't lose that. Don't sorry. I apologize. So also great news keep coming your way. On the 8th of July, the nodes, lunar nodes, are changing the axis, okay, changing 2 signs let's say, I'm sorry, I have to have some water. Okay, hopefully that's it. I cannot make any promises. Anyway, the nodes, there are two of them. They do not have any physical body. However, they are 2 points that are extremely strong, and have an effect that I'm going to tell you in a whole separate video. But anyway, they are moving. It means that there are 2 points and they are moving as an axis. Yeah. Okay, like in a line, like 2 points on one line. So before they have been in Taurus and in Scorpio. Now they are moving to another axis, which is Aries and Libra. So what it means for you is that one of the nodes is leaving your sign, which is a great news, because the point that has been passing your suns, because your sun is in Scorpio at the very least, maybe more planets, it means that like this point was, let's say, something that brings cleansing, that makes you get rid of the things that don't serve you anymore. However, they don't serve you anymore according to the karma's version of events. According to your version of events, you can think otherwise. These things are you might find these things extremely useful, but there can be events happening that deprive you of these things, because they are not helping you to move forward to the goal of your life, again according to the karma. Okay, you might feel completely comfortable, but these events that are out of your control, they are just happening to you. They are not the creation of your own hands. They just come from outside, and you have to somehow deal with them. They were meant to push you outside of your comfort zone, to push you forward, but sometimes it can be quite unpleasant. So these things have been happening for you for 1.5 years, more or less. You can think about the things that you had to give up or leave behind. Good news is that now, starting the 8th of July, it's over. You guys can breathe easy and relax for a while. These things are going to stop happening. Okay, it was like a karmic check. I'm going to make another video about what the new positioning of the nodes signifies. You will be able to check it later. Okay, so what else is going to happen? On the 11th of July, Mars is one of your rulers, by the way. It's a planet that is very important for you. Is changing the sign. It is ingressing Virgo. So far until 11th of July, it is still going to stay in Leo, and on the 11th it's going to Virgo. What does it mean? While it was in Leo, it was creating much more tension for you. And when I say tension, what do I mean? I mean you were more irritable, prone to more aggressive reaction than normally, maybe. That you meet people that are more irritable, that provoke you somehow, that tense you, that maybe a person that makes you do things that you was not supposed to do, but now he puts you in the situation that you have to solve something. It's like maybe people are creating situations for you that require a lot of effort on your part to resolve. Somehow they put you in the situation, and you yourself are are inclined to be more into conflicts, into confrontation. Also, you might have felt more urge and more need to achieve something, to go for something, to do something, more need for action, maybe more sports. But in this position, sport is a little bit tricky, because you have to be careful not to get injured, because Mars is also that. So all of these things are going to come to an end, to a conclusion on the 11th, once Mars passes Leo and moves on to the Virgo, to the sign of Virgo. You are going to feel more at ease. Maybe you are not, you will stop feeling this internal push to go forward, to start things, to do something, for action. This call for action is going to let's say, to subside a little bit. But on the other hand, you are going to feel more, let's say, more structured, more methodical in the things that you do. You are going to pay more attention to the distribution of your energy, because this period of Mars in Leo has been very consuming energetically, and now you will have a chance to let's say, to economize a little bit, to make it efficient, energy efficient, let's say, all of your actions and all of your beginnings, initiatives, and moves forward. Besides, it might bring you some opportunities for the new beginnings of, I don't know, starting sports. On this on this aspect is good. Starting going to the gym, I mean, starting sports, starting doing some sports is a good aspect. So in terms of athleticism, just starting some new projects that are going to involve you personally, your persona, is great on this aspect, and you are going to feel like your initiative is going to be welcomed by the universe, by the circumstances around you. What else is great? Well, what else is great? Here comes this difficult part that I was talking about earlier. Right now, there's a lot of things, like I said, is going on in Leo, and this thing is also the Venus transiting the sign. The Mars has been transiting Leo, and Venus is transiting Leo, and Venus is going to stay there until the beginning of October. And right there is also the dark moon, the blue moon, Lilith, let's say, the demon seducer, the seducing demon, let's say, which makes the pictures blurry, because Venus in general is a planet, it's called minor, small happiness, minor happiness. So it brings good things theoretically. But when there is Venus involved in the mix, things become much darker. In fact, can become more dangerous and more aggressive, especially when Mars is walking around. So also it is an intense aspect to you guys. So what is it that this whole thing means? First of all, be very attentive to the scammers, to the people who are up to no good. Like I told you before, if you haven't listened, please listen to it. I have made a video about Venus transiting the sign of Leo. It is, like I said, up to beginning of October, a long period, and you will be able to understand better what I'm talking about right now. So the scammers are very active at this period of time, and to you are in the risk group of the people who can get, let's say, in contact, who they can get in contact with. But to be honest with you, Scorpios are people who feel malicious intent with some 5th, 6th, 27th sense. With the skin, you feel if people have something bad behind, like if they have a knife behind their back, somehow you can feel it. You have this superpower, so use it. Don't like mute your inner voice. Don't put it aside. People who come to us because of this transit, whatever they are offering us, whatever they are suggesting, usually is very seductive. Yeah, usually it looks really good on paper, but it doesn't have a bad, like it has a bad smell, you know, like it doesn't smell good, like it makes you feel suspicious, makes you feel like it's too good to be true, and most of the times it is. So whenever anyone comes to you with an offer like that, that is super great and super fast, I don't know, fast, let's make money super fast, a lot of money, think twice. Okay, so uh, on the on the 17th of July, we are going to have new moon in the sign of Cancer. It has got positive aspects to your sign. This is your fellow water sign. This new moon is going to be extremely emotional. You guys get emotions, you understand how to manage them, how to deal with them. So probably you are going to feel quite well like a fish in the water, because this is your element. It is much less destructive and disorienting for you, I would say, than for the other signs. But just keep in mind that people around are going to be unstable, maybe including even you. Like they will be prone to the fluctuations of the moods, like going up and down, reacting maybe more aggressively, more defensively, just jump to their defenses when no one is actually attacking. Keep that in mind, that you are going to prone to that, and other people even more. However, new moon brings us always something new, like a seed to plant and watch it grow. And because it is in a great aspect to your signs, to your sign, to your sons, to the suns in your sign, you might find yourself what? Okay, sorry guys. So, like I was saying, because it's in a great aspect, it can bring you some positive opportunities, like the opportunities for, especially to the people who are into arts, some new projects, new partnership, new ships, new ideas, inspiration. Think like that. So despite the highly volatile emotional background, you might actually get something great out of it. And the people that are going to be let's say going to have more chances to get something great out of it are the Scorpios that have birthdays on the 16th, 17th and 18th of November. Again, 16th, 17th, 18th of November. This is your new moon, guys, on the 17th of July. What else is good? What else is good? You guys have to be careful with some particular things. Okay, Scorpios that have got birthdays from 13th to 16th of November. That is 13, 14, 15, 16th of November. You guys are in a mode that you will be like, okay, prone to getting into conflicts. You are going to be prone to, but also it might come from the outside. So it might just happen that conflicts out of nowhere and like unexpected one, like an explosion, can happen to you guys. Also, you might feel more of the fluctuations of the like mood fluctuations more than normally, much more than normally, and that is going to make a great impact on your achievements and the results of this month in general. Also, you might feel like a strong pull, like it's going to become suddenly strong motivation for you. The freedom. Am I free in making my decisions? Am I free in deciding where I'm going, who I'm with, and so on and so forth. And this might push you to making a choice and refusing of some things that in your view maybe don't serve you anymore. Be careful with that. Do not find yourself later regretting about the things that you left behind. Take care of your nervous system. You might be more tense than usually, and with a falling. Okay, so just take care. Look where you're going. Also, the Scorpios that have birthdays from the 1st November to the 7th of November, you guys are in danger of having, like, suffering the reputation losses, let's say. Let's put it that way. Maybe you're going to be more inclined to think that to prove something to someone, to highlight your authority, to highlight your competence, and you might fail. I mean, that can come out in a different way for you that is not favorable. So whenever you feel this strong push from inside, this motivation, I will show them, I have to prove that I'm someone important. Like, okay, stop, take a breath, and maybe think about it twice. Also, it's going to be difficult to deal with the foreign partners, for example, with any organizations that are foreign. With the project, that are educational project, expect some kind of circumstances or situations that are going to put you in front of a choice, and this is kind of choice that neither of the options you find especially appealing, but you kind of have to give up one or the other. Maybe you want to give up neither, or it can be a situation where you want to choose neither. But you will have to go forward with this. Be careful with the amount of food that you eat. Don't overeat, don't overdrink. Take care of your liver. And also try to say no to the light-mindedness, let's say. Like, don't take things too easily. Don't think, it's not a big deal. It might end up a big deal. Okay, so be careful with that. Don't disregard these things. And in general, on the 22nd of July, the Venus is going retrograde. I have a whole separate video about that. So don't go on the shopping sprees. For you, that might be losing a lot of money and buying things that you don't need, a lot of junk. Okay, at the end, don't try to resolve all of the issues in your relationship during this period of time, starting 22nd of July until beginning of September. This is the entire period that Venus is going to be retrograde. Don't do any manipulations with beauty, in the beauty industry, meaning with your face, especially with what is the name, cosmetic surgery? No, not cosmetic surgery. Anyway, anything that is intrusive, fixing your skin, shapes of your parts of your face or your body, don't do it. Okay, this is everything that has got a final goal is aesthetics. Don't do it. It's better to postpone it until the Venus is again in a direct movement, which is in what is the name? In autumn. Goodness. In the let's say second half of September. Overall, I wish you a great month. Please, I urge you to not lose the opportunities in the beginning of the month. Move your projects, develop your business, expand your influence. Skies provide for that. Have a nice month, and we will see you in my next videos. And we are moving to the Sagittarius. Sagittarius. You guys are going to have an exceptional month, really. It's going to be very, very probably the sign that is going to have this July the best, that's you guys. And I'm very happy to bring you this kind of news, because usually that's more like warnings, don't do that, be careful with that, be mindful of that. You guys are going to have a blast. So the first 2 weeks of the month, just like for the other signs, but for you more, because one of the planets that provides for this grants, for these opportunities to develop, to expand, for our social realization, to get to the new levels of social achievements, is one of these planets is actually your ruler. So you guys have the first first-hand access to the riches that Jupiter is providing for everyone. You are first in line, so don't waste your time, don't miss this time, don't just go forward. I mean, unless your personal chart is against it and you have I don't know, God knows how many placements and other signs. Go for it. First 2 weeks, great time. Realization of any kind of social projects, career, self-presentation, self-promotion, all of this. Don't sit on the couch, just get up, pick yourself up and go do it. The 3rd of July, there's going to be a full moon. You're going to have another kiss from the universe for the efforts that you have previously invested into something, whatever. You can get a bonus, you can get a new proposition, I mean, a new offer from someone to work together, or you can get a positive feedback, some kind of recognition, promotion, this kind of thing. Maybe it's not a huge one, it's not gonna be like huge super promotion, because it's not a very strong, it's not an eclipse, okay, it's just a full moon, but you will get the fruition of your efforts in some sort. What is next? On the 8th of July, the nodes that are going to move the axis, okay, they are moving from Taurus, Scorpio, they are moving from this axis to the axis of Aries and Libra, okay, and for you it is also very favorable, because from now on you will you might start experiencing some happenings that are out of your control, that are not the result of your own doing. You did not count on that, but somehow the circumstances are giving you the opportunities to expand where you didn't thought you would have one. You are I guess it's a good comparison. When you are investing, I don't know, $5 and you have a chance to get back 500. I mean, you understand? It's like you have to invest like your actions into something. You have to go somewhere, and the universe is going to support you. At the same time, you are going to get an opportunity to cleanse a little bit your closet, to clear out your closet a little bit. Some things, some people, some relationships, some duties that don't serve you anymore, they just consume your time and bring nothing to your table. You will be able to get rid of them, just leave them behind and be over and done with them. That's these are very karmic points, and I'm going to and I'm going to talk in more detail about them and this new movement in a separate video, which I urge you to watch, because you will be able to find out how you can use this period, this a long period, 1.5 years ahead of you, to your advantage. Okay, and we are moving on. What else is there? The Mars on the 11th of July is changing sign, and for you, the Mars, while it has been in Leo, has been making a very positive aspect to you guys, to your sons, and thereby providing you, like granting you a lot of power, drive, desire to do things, to initiate things, to come up with the initiative to do sports, to have sex, to whatever, you name it. But at the same time, Mars is always a bit of tension, you know, but when it's trine, when it's a positive aspect, we are able usually to channel this tension into a positive way, into achieving something, into going for some goal, you know. So that is over on the 11th, and Mars is moving to a sign which is creating a very dense square, very dense aspect to you guys. So maybe you will start feeling that people are more like they are slower, they are more annoying. You will feel more tension inside, more maybe aggression, more annoyance, more irritation. You will seem to you will start feeling the same in other people. Maybe there will be people that are somehow putting you in the situations that you didn't create. They are creating situations for you that you have to resolve, and it's like investing a lot of effort into something that you didn't plan, and this is through no fault of your own. You know, you will have to deal with this. This can happen, but at the same time, the background, like the background of the situation is going to be like the general feeling is there is less energy to do things, to start things, but at the same time, there is a more careful consideration of how this energy and efforts and for the actions needs to be distributed. Okay, so more, let's say, careful treatment of the energy, because just there is less. So be mindful of that, and until the end of the month, I'm afraid that this is the picture that you will have to deal with. Venus is going, it remains in the sign of Leo, which makes a great aspect to you, and on the 22nd of July it is going to go retrograde, making us revalue things. I have a separate video about Venus, its transit through the sign of Leo. It is going to last until the beginning of October, so I recommend you to watch that video and find it, like, listen to the general picture of what's happening, and then listen to your sign separately. In general, what I can briefly tell you here are just the reminders, is that if you have some kind of shopping that you need to do, some cosmetic procedures that you need to undergo, or some relationship that you need to resolve, relationship issues, try to do it by the 20, like urgent ones, okay? Try to do it by the 22nd of, try to finish with that, huh? I mean, not to just start doing it, just to try to finish all of these things before the 22nd of July, because after, everyone's mind will be in a state of revaluation. We are going to go more inward, let's say. We will look, our look is going to be directed not outside but inwards, inside ourselves. We are going to revalue our own worth, the worth of our partner, the worth of other people around us, and our relationship in general, not only romantic partners or personal life, also business partnerships. We are going to revalue the ways that we are making money also, you know. Some exes are going to resurface, and I remember you, some will want to reconciliate, but some, maybe you will meet someone new, but whether it is a reconciliation or someone new, it usually lasts only during the Venus's retrograde, which is this year till the beginning of September. After this period is over, unfortunately, there are very high chances that this relationship is going to dissolve, and you will look at your partner that you acquired during this period with different eyes, and you will see, my God, what was I thinking? But also, because it is in a great aspect to you, you guys are going to revalue things that needed to be revalued for a long time. For example, if you have a client-oriented business, you can change the price for your services because your expertise has increased greatly since the last time you reviewed your prices. Or you can resolve some issues with your ex. You talk to each other, and you both will be able to get released of the emotional baggage that you have been carrying around, and you will feel free, liberated. So for that, it's a great chance. And what else? On the, on the 17th. On the 17th, there's going to be, I missed that, sorry, I have to go at that back. There is going to be a new moon. Well, general recommendations for you. It's going to be highly emotional background for this new moon. So just try to be optimistic, as you always are, guys. If any one of you is into art, if you do something artistic, you're an artist, whether it is music or painting or any other kind of art, it's a great time to start a new project, to enter new, maybe, I don't know, partnership or whatever. You will feel more inspired, more offers will come your way, more opportunities, more of everything more. So that's on the upside of the downside, which is the emotional fluctuations of people around you, and probably you too, because you're we are all let's say we all can get into that. So other than that, 25th of July and until the end of the month, there is going to be a very nice aspect to your ruler, which is the Jupiter. Mars is going to make trine, even though Mars itself is going to make a difficult aspect to your suns. However, it's going to make a nice aspect to the to your ruler, which is going to soften this aggressiveness or whatever. You will find a way to direct your activities into positive, into something positive, to channel it. Maybe you will have a new project or the opportunities to expand whatever it is that you are doing in your project, or your education opportunities, or traveling. You might go somewhere. That is a perfectly great aspect for that, for traveling. So the sky is all for that. You will feel more generous. Other people are going to feel more generous too. Like, we are going to be kinder and more inclined to forgive and support each other rather than criticize. In general, your ruler keeps going through the sign of Taurus. It's not going retrograde, which means that the things for you are not going to slow down this month, which is great. So like I said, in my view, probably you have the best prognosis out of all 12 signs. And I wish you the great month, which you are going to have, I'm sure. Please make sure to use all of the opportunities it brings your way. And I will see you in the next videos. And now we are going to the Capricorns. Okay, hello Capricorns, we are going to talk about the month of July with you. I hope you have had a chance to check the part 1 video, which contains the general trends and general tendencies for the month of July for everyone. And now we are going to talk about you specifically. So what is going to happen? The month is going to start on the 3rd of July. No, the month is going to start on the 1st of July, but what I mean is astrological events. With full moon. Full moon is going to be in your sign in a 12th degree. Especially it is going to make impact on the Capricorns that have birthdays on the 1st, 2nd and 3rd of January. You guys will feel the most of this impact. And while the full moon is a turbulent, energetically turbulent time, and a lot of people are prone to feel more emotional than usual, this full moon is going to, I see it as a more positive thing, because this full moon is going to bring about the results of your efforts in the past. It's going to bring you the fruits of your labor, and the positive ones. So maybe you will get a bonus, maybe you will get promotion, recognition. A lot of people will look at you and think, wow, this guy is doing a great job, or this girl is doing a great job. She's really great, or he, doesn't matter. So I think that especially it is true for you guys, because this full moon is going to be in your sign. Wow. Having said that, we are moving on to, having said that, be mindful that still it is going to be an emotional time, and you and other people can feel a lot of ups and downs in the mood and the mood swings. On the 8th of July, the nodes, lunar nodes, are changing the axis. And they are entering into the axis of Aries, Libra, which is in a tense aspect to you guys. And you might start feeling, starting the 8th of July, maybe it will not be as evident at the beginning, but I'm going to have a whole separate video as to what the nodes are, why it is important, and what this particular movement means for all of us, because it's a long-term trend. It's going to be for a year and a half. So again, what does it mean for you? Maybe it is going to bring a lot of events your way that you cannot control, that are not the creation of your own hands, let's say. They're things that just happen to you and you have to deal with it. Somehow you are put into the situations that you did not create actively, I mean. But you are the one who will have to resolve them. Yeah. Well, in general, I have to say that your ruler, Saturn, is going to move in a retrograde mode this month, and maybe what does it mean? It means that maybe all of the businesses, like all of the things that you are doing, they might get slower. They might, like, it's a general slowdown of the things around you, and you, how you feel. Maybe you are going to feel too, like, to slow down. Like, I have to do a lot of things, but I feel like I need to slow down a little bit, and things are not moving. Like, it doesn't matter how much I try to push them, they are moving slowly. So that might happen. What else is interesting? On the 17th, what I didn't say is extremely important. The first 2 weeks of July, of the month, you guys are going to, just like all of us, we will have the opportunity to move forward with the projects. 2 planets of social realization, one granting the opportunities, another one solidifying the results of the efforts in attempt to seize these opportunities. So they are working together for us, so we cannot miss this chance. Especially it is considered businessmen, and you will have chance to make money. Others are going to have chances to make significant step forward in their I don't know, self-promotion, or in their career, in their achievements, in their studies, in you understand, like in the socials, real everything that is in every way that we are achieving our social realization, we will have a chance to step forward. So I urge you to not waste these 2 weeks and use them, take advantage of them to move, because it is not very often that sky grants us these opportunities, and I think that we just simply must seize them. Okay, so new moon on the 17th of July. Who is going to feel the impact the most? That's Capricorns, who have birthdays on the 13th, 14th, and 15th of January. You guys are it's going to be a new moon that is extremely emotional. Capricorn is not the sign of extreme emotions. Capricorn is very calm, let's say, sign, very rational. And for you, it might be very uncomfortable, this new moon, and these days around the 17th of July, 3 days before, 3 days after at the very least. You will feel that people are unreliable, people are hysterical, people are kind of trying to ruin your plans and schedules by their unreasonable feats, like childish capriciousness and things like this. So be mindful of that these kind of circumstances can come in a way of your plans. Also, for the Capricorns that have anything to do, have something to do with the creativity, it is a very nice new moon to start new project, to get inspired, to get involved into something, into a project with the new people from the, like a new artist, for collaboration, for example. It might bring you some other artists to collaborate with, and projects that are going to not only inspire you, but as a result bring you positive outcome. Again, might be the circumstances surrounding it might not be the easiest. You might need to refuse of something, you might need to put into a situation where you have to make a choice. Maybe you don't want to refuse either of the options, maybe you want to refuse both, but you will have to go away from this choice with one. So again, Capricorns that are most affected have birthdays on 13th, 14th and 15th of January. What else is interesting? I want to remind you that on the 22nd of July, Venus is going retrograde. What does it mean? I have a separate video about this, it's called Venus in Leo. And it's about Venus transiting the sign of Leo, which is going to last, it's already now from May, was it? I don't remember anymore. Anyway, right now it's there, so, and it's going to stay there until the beginning of October. So it includes a lot of explanation about what Venus retrograde means, but for now I can just briefly remind you to finish all of your shopping, all of your I don't know, alterations of your looks, the thing about the relationship that you need to talk about with your partner. Finish it if you want it to have productive. If you want it to be productive, I suggest you to finish it before 22nd of July, because from 22nd of July and up to the beginning of September, we are going to be inclined to revalue and put in doubt everything that the value of everything that we have in our life, including ourselves, our partnerships, not only personal but also business, I don't know, anything. The axis can resurface. We can be inclined to have some kind of reconciliations with them, but you have to be careful whether it is a new partner that you met during this period after the 22nd of July up to beginning of September, or it's your ex resurfacing. Most probably the relationship is going to last up till the retrograde period is finished in the beginning of September. But it's a good chance, it's a good opportunity to, let's say, get rid of some emotional baggage. Maybe some ex is going to resurface and you're going to talk it out, and you will be released from the emotional baggage that you have been carrying for years. It's a very good aspect for that kind of things. Don't go on shopping sprees, no matter how much you feel the pull to it. You can buy, the danger is that during the retrograde period you can buy a lot of junk. You can spend more money than you planned on things that are not worth that money. So if you need to do shopping, you don't wait until the end of the month, do it now. And several things also, very important thing, the Pluto. The Pluto is a very heavy planet with a heavy transformational energy that is going to go through you people, through your sons. It's a very, very difficult one to live through, but for you it is not the first time it is passing. It has already been there. Right now it is going retrograde, and then it is going to go direct again. So this is like a final steamrolling, for the lack of the better description. Pluto brings us a lot of pressure through the people and situation. It is maybe through the people who have a lot of power and control over us. Maybe it's not a general control over us. Maybe we are in a situation where these people can control us. and can pressure, like make pressure on us to go one way or the other, to do one thing or the other. And most probably these are the things that we are not going to like. People with a lot of money, a lot of power, maybe some kind of organizations about connected with taxes. Be careful with that, especially business people. Be careful with the taxation, like a tax agencies and loans, banks, all of this kind of things. If you have any loans or banks that can go south. I mean, be careful with that. Especially, it's not recommended to start any kind of relationship with banks or financial organizations during this period of time. It can change your life, or like before and after. And people, again, I will say it again, if I haven't said that, honestly, I lost if I said it or not, who are most affected, the Capricorns that are most affected have got birthdays on the 18th, 19th and 20th of January. For you guys, it's a major transformation, can separate your life for before and after, but this is the kind of pressure that can make you or break you, like it can make you a diamond, you know, like this is exactly how diamonds are made by the nature, under a lot of pressure, very deep for a very long time. This is kind of the way that Pluto makes diamonds of us. So yeah, be very careful with your health during this period of time. This is this situations can be very hard on your health. Try to take breaks, even though it's difficult throughout this period. Try to pay more attention to yourself and to your body, okay? Even though usually during this period the time is not the resource that we possess in abundance, unfortunately. So yeah, what else is interesting? You guys, the ones who have birthdays on the 18th, 19th, 20th of January, be strong, okay? Maybe this transit is going to push you to the height that you have never dreamt of achieving, through hardships, through very difficult times. You are going to come out of the situation as a new, different, better version of yourself. Okay, so good news. Dear Capricorns who have got birthdays on the day starting from 30th of December up to the 5th of January, you guys are going to experience this month, you're going to experience the trine from Jupiter, which means that you will have more opportunities, more chances to travel, to educate yourself, to expand your business, to expand in general your projects. You will also have a chance to expand your body, so be mindful of that, and try to eat less. I mean, not to eat less than usual, but not to eat more, okay? Because it gives the boost of appetite, this transit too, amongst other things. So try to take advantage of that. Whatever you are going to start, you will have like I don't know what do the sailors call it, like when the wind is blowing your way, it's pushing you forward. Instead of being an obstacle for you, it's helping you. So that's something like what you're going to have. And Capricorns that have birthdays from 10th to 13th of January, you guys are going to have some pleasant surprises. Maybe Uranus is something unplanned, something spontaneous, it's about flights, it's about electricity, it's about freedom too. Maybe you will get free from something that you were trying to get rid of for a long time, and you were like, whew, yay, now finally I can do it. Or maybe you will have a flight, like you have this double, not all of you, okay, but depending on your placements. Trine from Jupiter, trine from Uranus, it can be about traveling by plane, okay, because one is the flight, another one is traveling and expanding your horizons. Why not? So it can be just pleasant surprise that you did not expect from a person you don't know, from a stranger. So it can be something absolutely unpredictable, and it also actualizes the issues of freedom. Maybe you will be, like I said, you will be able to gain the freedom and set free of something that you wanted to get free from, or you didn't expect that you would be able to get free of that, and then like 1, 2, 3 and it's gone. Okay, so this is going to be the month for you, dear Capricorns. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're going to have a great month. Let only the best prognosis to come through for you guys. Have a great month. I will see you in the next videos. And we are moving on to Aquarius. Aquarius. Oh, okay, so Aquarius. Aquarius is, my dear Aquarius, is maybe that you have been through a rough patch lately. But I have good news for you. It's going to get easier on you. Maybe not right away, not in July, but slowly, starting from the end of July, middle of July, you will feel little by little better. Let's say like the circumstances are becoming easier on you. Okay, what is going to happen this month? First of all, let me remind you that the first 2 weeks of the month are going to be great for your projects, for development of any kind of projects that you want to promote, for promoting even yourself. For promoting yourself, maybe not so much, but the project that you have in general, the universe is going to grant the opportunities and solidify the results of the efforts. So first 2 weeks, maybe not full speed ahead, but try to move forward, and that might bring you some kind of positive outcome. On the 3rd of July, we are going to have a full moon. Full moon is going to be just about that, like what I was describing previously about the 2 weeks. It's going to bring about the fruits of labor, of the efforts that we have invested previously into something. We're going to get some recognition, maybe bonus, maybe raise, maybe something like this. Just people coming over and saying, hey, you did a great job. You know, you're really good at what you do. Or for something that has been dragging probably before, because full moon is about fruition. Full moon is also creating an elevated, like a more intense emotional background. So be mindful of that. The same is true for the new moon, which is going to happen on the 17th of July. This new moon is going to be in Cancer, and also in aspect with Neptune. It means that it is going to be more emotional than ever, super emotional. People are going to get upset with each other, jump to more aggressive, super defensive, jump to defenses when no one is attacking, and remembering what you did to them, I don't know when, and blaming things on you. So be mindful of that. However, the new moon is going to give the new opportunities for the people who are involved in art of any sort, maybe new partnerships, new ideas, inspirations, and so on and so forth. So besides of the super intense emotional level, maybe for artists is going to be very productive. On the 8th of July, I have good news for you. The lunar nodes are moving the axis, okay, because there are two, and they are moving like this at the same time, simultaneously. Nodes are the mathematical points, let's say. They do not have any physical body, but they are considered to be the karmic points. When having aspects or conjuncting your planets, they create events. So for you, the previous year and a half, more or less, the events that were out of your hand, karmic events, were most probably difficult. Maybe a lot of times you would find yourself in a situation where you didn't create a mess, but you are the one who had to clean up the mess after everyone else. And you felt uncomfortable, to say the least, infuriated even maybe, with this, but this is something that you had to deal with on a daily, like not on a daily, but constantly during this year and a half. Right now that is going to go away, and instead of that you are going to have very great, like really great chance to clear out your closet, to get rid of the things in a wider sense, to get rid of the things that don't serve you anymore, that are a burden, that are an obstacle in your life, like an obstacle to keep moving forward with your life, to achieving new peaks, let's say. You will have a chance to easily and effortlessly get rid of these things. Relationships, connections, whatever is holding you back, you will have a chance to get rid of that. Also, at the very same time, you will have a chance to double down on the results of your efforts. For example, you made an effort for like this, for this much, and then you get a result for this much, with a lot of opportunity of expansion. So that's the good news for you, dear Aquarius. Yeah, I know that you guys, you need good news, and here it is. Anyway, about the nodes, I'm going to make a separate video and explain how it works, why it is important, and what is going to change most importantly when the nodes change the axis, change the signs. Okay, so your ruler is still your ruler is Uranus. It's still marching in the sign of Taurus. It is it is very uncomfortable sign for Uranus, because Taurus is about stability, it's about keeping things the way they are, and Uranus is about revolution, basically, yeah, breaking the limits and going out there behind the limits. So it is maybe in general it is a very long transit, and for a while probably, and this month is not going to be an exception, that you don't feel like your own self. Maybe you feel like the circumstances, or you are in the circumstances, like it's not perfect, but it's the way it is. At least it is marching forward right now. It is not going to be retrograde. It means that the things that you are dealing with currently, they are not going to put on a break, on a pause. Things keep going on, and you don't feel like going in, like becoming more introspective. You are outward doing things. On the 11th of July, Mars is going to change the sign and move from Leo to the Virgo sign, to the sign of Virgo, and this is going to be much better for you. You will feel a relief, because it is going from being opposed to you to just a sign that is doesn't have that much impact. Maybe during this transit of Mars in the Leo, you have been feeling more tension, like people are putting you into a situation that you don't want to be in. People are being more aggressive to you. You are maybe feeling the same, being more like aggressive, irritable, and tensed all the time, and people are like this around you and putting you into the situations that can be characterized exactly that, like tense and difficult and whatnot. So now you will have a chance to have a break from that, and it is going to be easier for you. Once the Mars changes the sign, you will feel that tension is going down. However, the Venus, together with the Lilith, the black moon, is they continue marching through the sign of Leo. That's directly opposite of you guys. It keeps, even though like the Venus is a planet, of a minor planet of happiness, bringing small happiness to everyone. However, the grand happiness is Jupiter, but the small happiness is in opposition to you, and also in the company of the Lilith, which is a seductive demon. This is happiness, not exactly, I would say, not exactly the happiness that you would want. So it creates more tension, let's say, for you. It's not exactly your time that you feel very comfortable, that you are not inclined to look for the compromising, for the compromising decisions, or for the like you feel more inclined to insist on something, on your option, let's say, on your variant. Besides, on the 22nd of July, Venus is going to turn retrograde, making you, just like the rest of us, to reassess the things, revalue the things, our partnership, both personal and business, our connections, our self-value even. And for you guys, it might lead to a necessity to make a choice, and the choice can be between the two bad things. You don't want to have either options, or the choice can be between two things that you need, like one thing that you need to refuse, and you are not ready to refuse of either. So you get to keep only one thing out of the two, and you need both. So this choice, whichever way you use it, you make it, can be frustrating. Okay. The good news, another good news, is that on right now the Pluto has not entered your sign. It has entered your sign briefly previously, but then it came back to the poor Capricorn. So you have this kind of margin to take a breather before the Pluto entirely enters your sign. So for now, it's still out there, 2 degrees away from you, going retrograde back to Capricorn. So enjoy while you can. Okay, so what else is important? The Aquariuses that have their birthdays from 29th of January to the 4th of February. Be careful, because you are going to be subject in July to the reputation risks, to the risks in connection with the reputation loss. That is very possible. Be careful with your inner, be very sensitive to your inner motivation. If you are coming from a place that I will show them, they must know that I'm more important than that. They must know that I have authority over them. They must know that I'm I'm rich or whatever. If you're coming from that place, don't go there. Okay, because it might put you in a situation that you will look ridiculous, you will lose the authority. The other people are going to look at you like, my God, what the hell is he doing, or she? Okay, so basically reputational risks. Be careful with the scales of your judgment. If you want to expand, think carefully and realistically about the scales. Okay, don't blow your possibilities out of proportions, because they are not limitless. You have to recognize that. Be realistic in your expectations. Be careful with eating too much or drinking too much with your liver. Be careful also with partners, like with the foreign partners, that or any connection with the foreign countries. They can bring you difficulties, problems that you will have to solve. Also, the Aquariuses that have birthdays from 9th of February to 12th of February, be careful, guys. with electricity. Be very careful with flights. It's better to exclude flying if you have a chance not to fly somewhere during this period of time. That would be better, because you're going to have a square from Uranus. That's quite unpleasant, and it can bring you some bad news that you didn't expect, or unpleasant, unexpected situations that you have to deal with. Other than that, I hope, guys, the light at the end of the tunnel is there. I hope that not everyone is having it badly. Some people are managing to take the best out of this transits, and I hope you a great month. Let only the best prognosis realize, and I'm with you guys. Have a nice week, and we are going to see you in the next videos. And finally, we can talk about Pisces. Dear Pisces, the important events of this July are going to kick off right off the bat. On the 1st of July, your ruler, planet Neptune, starts going retrograde. What specifically does it mean for you? It means that probably the processes, the events, the circumstances around you, the things that you've been doing are going to slow down. You are going to experience a slowdown, like even if no matter how hard you will try to push things forward, they are going to be slow. Besides that, most probably you will feel like slowing down yourself, like you need to slow down, you need to go introspective, let's say, to go back to your center, to go back to your own, to find your own equilibrium, to balance things out inside of you, to shut down a little bit. So maybe that is exactly what you need right now. And that is going to last way beyond July, but because the periods of retrograde periods for Neptune are quite long. But anyway, right now we are talking only about July, so this is the general background that is going to accompany you throughout the month. What else is great? On the 3rd of July, there is going to be a full moon, which is full moon and new moon, both this like peaks of the lunar phases, let's say, they are always accompanied by the very volatile emotional background. There are a lot of emotional, if not roller coasters, then just ups and downs, swings, like mood swings. So you, as people who are deeply emotional, are extremely sensitive to this kind of thing. So try to find your balance and to stay in this place of your resource. Let's say to stay with this resource and not allow these circumstances to affect you as much, because you guys are very sensitive. So this full moon is going to be in a great aspect for you guys, and it is especially important for the Pisces that were born on the 1st, 2nd and 3rd of March. If this is your birthday, then you are not only going to get the fruits of your labor, let's say, the results of the efforts that you have invested previously in the project, whether it is some kind of bonus payment, whether it is some recognition, or just or a raise or a promotion, or I wouldn't expect anything major, because it's not like an eclipse. It is just a full moon, but something small but nice, I would expect definitely around this full moon, 3 days before, 3 days after. I'm reminding you it's the 3rd of July. But besides that, the successfully accomplished project from the past can give you a perspective for the new similar projects in the future. It is not going to be like 100% or falling on your lap, but it is an opportunity. It may be an opportunity that you need to look out for and go for it. So something like this can happen. Also, what is next? On the 11th of July, Mars is changing. Now they decided to renovate something. Oh my God. Mars, speaking of Mars, by the way, the second that I opened my mouth and said Mars, something started banging, someone started banging with a hammer. That's and besides, Mars is going to be in a quite unpleasant aspect to you guys. Unfortunately, it's moving a sign from Leo to Virgo, and in the Virgo it is making opposition, which is a tense aspect. You might feel the raise of the in tension around you. Around you and inside of you. Maybe you're going to be more prone to becoming a part of the conflict throughout your own, maybe not throughout your own initiative, but you might be more inclined to be to have your responses more aggressive or more defensive, or the people around you can be that way. So when we have the opposition of Mars going opposite our suns, it means that in general the level of tension rises. Also, what is important to remember during this kind of transit is that you guys need to be very careful physically, because the risk of having some kind of trauma or injury raises significantly. Mars is a planet that is connected with the metal, with the fire, with the cutting edges. So with all of that, you have to be extremely careful. You can feel more jealous than usual, more prone to becoming a part of arguments of any sort, or your ability to adjust to the circumstances, it decreases. So you are not willing to adjust. You want your will to be done. So you be careful with yourself and with the others at this time, because you might find that people are, like, more and more people around you are trying to create tension in your life, and you might be inclined to go with this kind of flow. Try not to. A great way to redirect this tension, this Martian tension, is doing some sports. But then again, doing sports, you have to be careful not to get an injury. Carefully, but it is going to help you to, let's say, channel your energy into a positive direction, into a positive thing for yourself. Okay, what else is going to happen? Venus continues going until the 15th. Venus until the 15th, no, but Venus is continuing its march through the sign of Leo. If you haven't checked my video about the Venus transit in Leo, it's a recommendation to check that out. You will hear more details about what it means. So that, like, for you guys, it's just general recommendations. Maybe it's just for every one of us. We are feeling more prone to wearing something nice, to attract attention more, to be more playful. But also, on what is important is that on the 22nd of July, Venus is starting moving retrograde. That is very important. What does it mean? It means that all of the Venusian things that are connected with aesthetics, with your looks, with any sort of cosmetic procedures, your hair, your style, whatever. Also, other thing is the relationships. That Venus is responsible for giving a value to the things, for us, defining the worth of things for us. All of these things will be revised, meaning all of your Venusian things, like especially if you are planning to go shopping, or like on an everyday level to make a new hairstyle, something like this, like take care of have some skincare procedures or some beauty procedures that are quite intrusive, like for example the shots or injections or whatever. Please make sure that you finish it before the 22nd of July. That is very important, because Venus is going to be retrograde until the beginning of September, and this whole period of time is bad for this kind of stuff. including the getting married. And that is the terrible thing to say, I know, because the summer is the time of the weddings, but unfortunately this summer Venus is retrograde, and it is for astrology, for astrological purposes, we need the date of signature put in the act, let's say in the book of register, in the book of registration, registry book. I don't know what it is called in every country. I think it has a different name, but it is the date and time that the marriage has been officially registered. The party is a different story. You can have the party, but the registration of the marriage is something very, very important. And if you register it during the Venus retrograde, the thing that, to put it plain and simple, what is Venus is responsible for is money and love. So if it's Venus retrograde period, you might find yourself in lack of both of these things, which is a bad thing when you're getting married. If you have minor things that are connected with the way that you look or whatever that I mentioned before, like shopping or whatnot, try to finish it before the 22nd, because after that there will be an extended period of when these things are not recommended to do. But nevertheless, most people feel the urge to do shopping during this period. You might end up buying a bunch of junk that you are not going to need later, and you will find it useless. You might spend too much money for the things that are not worth that money. You will see that this is much cheaper later. You could have bought it. And try to abstain from this kind of shopping sprees if you can. Yeah, more details I have in another video which is called Venus in Leo. I recommend you to check that out. What else is very important? On the 17th, I have to go back. On the 17th of July, there's going to be a new moon. Which is going to happen in Cancer. It's going to be extremely emotional for you guys, but also in a positive aspect with your ruler Neptune. So these emotions, you as no other sign are going to have a chance to channel into something creative, into especially the Pisces that are into arts, that you are I don't know, you have some art or artistic projects connected with, whether it is painting or I don't know, acting or music or movie making or doing YouTube videos, doesn't matter. Whatever it is, you are going to be you're going to feel very inspired. You will have new ideas, the opportunities for new contacts, new partners, let's say, who are going to offer you maybe something, some new projects. New moon is always about like a seed that you plant to reap the fruits later, to have a harvest, and you as no other sign will probably have the chance to do it, because this highly unstable emotional background that this new moon is going to provoke, you guys as the sign that is deeply emotional, with deep empathy, you know this sphere of emotions is your world that you live in. So you are like a fish in the water. You feel very comfortable. This is your element, and you as no other can get benefits from this atmosphere, which I suggest you to do. Moreover, that this new moon is in a very, very positive aspect that allows for whatever things that you want to use this new moon for, to push to come to life. It is going to support you, this energy. Especially it is true for the Pisces that have birthdays on the 14th, 15th and 16th of March. You guys can have this time very, very lucky for you, but try not to start anything on the 17th. exactly, not exactly on the date, because it's too chaotic, too hectic, the energies. Try to wait a day or two, and you will see that it's going to make something beautiful happen in your life. What else is very interesting is that Pisces who have birthdays on the 18th, 19th, and 20th of March, you guys are going to have a very interesting time. First of all, you have your ruler passing your suns. It means that you might feel super inspired. You might feel also like immersing yourself into some kind of project completely, doing something that will allow you to be in your own world, just doing this one thing. And at the same time, it has a positive aspect from the planet of transformation, Pluto, at the very same point. So you guys are under double scrutiny from two very serious planets that are going to make very serious impact in your life. You have a chance, and most probably most of you are going to be forced to. Right now I'm talking only about Pisces who have birthdays on 18th, 19th, and 20th. Okay, most probably you will be forced to change your life. Your life is going to be changed, like before and after. It might take you to a completely new, completely different level of social level or of understanding, because of understanding your things, and it might not come easily to you. It might push you into a place of discomfort, push you out of your comfort zone. You might have to get rid of some things that don't serve you anymore. Maybe you are not ready to do that yet, but you will be forced to. But this is only done by the universe to kind of put you on a new level, to show you that you can be another much better, stronger, more developed version of yourself. That you are able to do much more things, many more things, than you think you can. You can do a lot of things, and especially it is for the people that are artists. That can be like a leap to a new level of their artistic career. However, you guys have to be very careful with the substances, with the chemical substances of any sort, with the liquids that are chemical substances, with liquids in general, with the water, and also with alcohol specifically, and addictions of any sort. If you know that you are prone to this kind of things, people that are born on the 18th, 19th, and 20th of March, I'm repeating, if you know that you are born to any of those, prone to any of those things, try to redirect your energy, like I told you before, into creating something, into the creativity. Okay, so what else is great? You guys who have birthdays in the period of starting from 27th of February till the 5th of March. Okay, all of the Pisces that have birthdays from 27th of February till the 5th of March, you guys are going to have a chance to it's like a chance. It can pass by unless you grab it by the tail. So you can have a chance to travel, to start some kind of education, or to expand your educational, I don't know, like educational whatever, to expand the kind of education that you are getting, to follow new programs, to whatever, to achieve new levels in the social, to have new level of social achievements, to get promoted, to be noticed. If you are at the point that you are looking for a job, for example, you need to go to the interview, it's a great time for you, it's a good month for you. If you need to promote yourself somehow or start a campaign of like a promotional campaign, that is a good time to do that too. It is a great time to promote yourself, so don't waste this time. However, try not to overeat and overdrink, and because this planet Jupiter that has a positive aspect to your suns also sometimes makes us a little bit more like to want more, to expand everything, including our physical body. So if this is not what you're going for,